Hey Xavier,
Yeah.
ready to work on your next project?
Yeah.
Can you tell everybody what it is?
Spoiler.
Spoiler for the car. So the Epsilon Motorsports spoiler finally came in for the Integra. And as you can hear, we got a little bit of thunder and rain outside, so we're not gonna be out there just yet. But now that I have it in the house and it just came from the factory, the first thing I'm gonna do is take it and ceramic coat it. So we're gonna ceramic coat it to protect it, to make sure that the finish lasts on there for a lot longer. And while I have it inside, still wrapped up before I ceramic coat it, I also bought new parts for the front spoiler that are also gonna get ceramic coated. So I'll just do all of that together. One thing to note, the area is ventilated, so the ceramic coating is not gonna just mess with us. But right now we're gonna go ahead and unwrap the spoiler so we can show you guys what it looks like. All right, and this is a better look for you guys so you can go ahead and see. We will ceramic coat it and then throw it up on the car. What do you think, dude?
I like it.
I like it too. All right, Xavier. You ready for the next part of this video?
Yes.
All right. You want to tell the people what it is?
I think it's the spoiler.
You think it's a spoiler? You already know, dude. What do you mean you think?
I think.
Yeah, it's going to be the lip spoiler for the spoiler that we have. So we went ahead and got the extended lip spoiler so that way we could put the other spoiler on top of that one, because that's how they designed it with this company that we went with, Epsilon. So Epsilon Motorsports, we are gonna install both of these spoilers that are gloss black. Let me show you what the other spoiler looks like. So the reason why we're taking it out now is so we can do what?
Put it on.
Right here. Well, before we put it on, what we're gonna try to do is ceramic coat it. So it's already gloss black. Slide it this way. It's already gloss black. We're gonna clean it off and put a ceramic coating on it, but now you're getting fingerprints everywhere.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll buff out, right?
Yeah.
And you put it upside down. That's great. But once we clean off the fingerprints that this guy left, we'll ceramic coat the whole thing and throw it on the vehicle and then get the other spoiler on top of that one so that way they fit together. All right, so we got a couple of things, a couple of microfiber cloths, one to clean off the spoiler, this fingerprints with some ceramic detailer, and then the ceramic coating that we're gonna use, but we gotta make sure that this is completely dried off of that before we put this on. And once we apply that, we're gonna leave it to sit out for a couple of days, and then we'll go ahead and install it. All right, so this is gonna be the last video showing the stock bumper or stock trunk lip spoiler on the car. All the other modifications we've done to the car, I've posted all those videos on, including the wheels, side skirts, the new emblems. I didn't show that, but just picked them up off of Amazon and then painted them yellow. Same thing with the door handles. Those are just black door handles I put on. But we posted this and down here. But time to finally finish up the spoiler and get this exterior how I want it. All right, first things first, we have to take this off. To take this off, we have to take a lot of this molding off. The first thing we'll start with is just removing this. So we're gonna have to pry these off real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and get a little pry bar tool so I can start just pulling this off. And then we're also gonna need to take here and here off to get all of this, because this will have to hang down for us to get this off as well. So let me go and get that. All right, so for these, there's obviously a little notch up here. Just stick the pry tool in and pull it out. Jesus. That one's easier. And then back here, behind here is like a little lift off, a little notch. And you're gonna need a Phillips head screwdriver to take that out. And there's one more spot right up here that we have to take out. If I can get to it. Nope. There we go. All right, it looks like that one just kind of hangs in place, which is okay. We need to remove that because there is a tab right here that's hidden that we'll have to take out so we can get the rest of this out. That's it. Now we don't have to remove this completely. We just had to make sure that this was able to come loose so that way the rest of this could come off. So now that we got all of this off, I'll have to get a light to show you, but inside of here, there are some clips for the spoiler that are held in place. Let me get some light. Now, right up in there, those two black dots on this side and on the other side are for the spoiler. And if you look past that, there's actually three, and there is the socket, or the nut actually, that's holding the spoiler in place. There's one on each side. We'll have to use a socket to put in there and take that out.
These nuts?
Really? Really? This is my life. So to get to that nut that's on this side, we're gonna have to take this grommet out, this seal, and then we can see it right straight ahead. So right there, you can see it straight in front of us. So that way we can stick the socket in there, unscrew that, take it out. We wanna make sure we have a deep enough socket so that way it doesn't drop inside. We don't want that to happen. And we'll do that for both sides. All right, so I took out these
Nuts.
Yes, these nuts, dude. That were up in there. It's just those two sides. Now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna reach my hand in there with these pliers and pinch off the plastic tips that are spread apart, keeping the spoiler down in place, and push them in while simultaneously trying to hold this down so that way I have enough leverage to do so. All right, so we took the spoiler off, and as you can see, it's just dirty and caked up underneath here. So we're gonna clean all this off real quick and get it ready for the new spoiler to go on. All right.
Alright guys, let's cook it for this. Hello.
All right, so before we go into the garage with both parts, I'm going to put my double-sided tape on my new trunk lid spoiler on both sides and start it. And then we have these holes here where we have 4 screws that are going to go in there. And then just a little tab that should go into one of those holes that we opened. If it doesn't go in there, then we can just as easily cut this off. All right, so we do have to take these 2 little tabs off. We'll take those 2 tabs off and push this on. But before we do that, we have our template for the wing that's gonna go over the top of this. And that wing needs this template here. It's a 2" by 2". You just gotta check it to make sure that it lines up and is to scale. You line up this first one, and once you cut it out, it lines up with this side here and that side there, and this is where you tap your holes for your wing. And then once you're done on this side, flip it over and you do the same thing on the other side, and that's where you line up your holes for the wing. But once we mark these, we'll drill our holes for it. Now, just with it in place right here, it's not secured yet, but you can see it's flush and it looks good. And ignore all of this for now. That'll be in a later video. 2 separate things, but later. For now, worried about this. All right, now that I have my guide holes here set, I know exactly where to drill. I can drill these 2 holes, and once I get that done, I can start patching all of this up. And I will cover it with a little bit of the little circles that were provided by Epsilon, and it'll go around each one of these to kind of seal it up from the weather, just like this one here that I'm not going to remove. The factory ones did unfortunately just get destroyed and disintegrated, so we will use the ones that were provided by Epsilon. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to have this in place, kind of lift this up while Xavier holds it, and we're gonna line it up so I can at least start screwing those sides, and then we'll place it down and remove the tape so that way we can finish screwing it in place. All right, we have it secured, so now it's in place. It's not going anywhere. Double-sided tape and everything. So good to go here. Now time to work on these 2 holes here. So I'm going to start by drilling a pilot hole in both of those. And I'm just going to use this bit here to start. I'm not going to go very far. Hold this though. All right, so to get to our first hole, which is the one closest here, we're gonna have to take off this trunk buffer. I don't know what it's called, but just a little...
Like the door stopper.
Sure, like a door stopper. The second one is right at this crease. And that was intentional, it's on both sides, but for now we'll take this off on both sides, which just kind of screws in place like that. And inside of this hole, directly in that hole, you can see where it lines up with our other hole. All right, so now that we have our wing in here, we are gonna just attach some double-sided tape here and along here, as well as our circular pieces of, I don't know what it's called, the little circle things. The little circle things, that's what we'll call it. All right, and just like that, we are all done. Fits on there nice and neat. We did have a screw fall in between the trunk, so we're gonna have to get that out. But it's all on here. And we are looking good, people. What do you think? All right, last thing we need to do is just put everything back together and clean up our messes, and we have quite a few of them. So yeah, we'll just get right into it. Time lapse. All right, and just like that, we're all done. It's dark outside, so we won't be able to go out there, but I will eventually go out there and take pictures. I know it looks a little childish to some, but I am a very big child at heart. So, you know, why not enjoy my youthful Need for Speed Underground days in real life? Crown Vic, that's for another day. All right, now something I noticed after we got done installing it was the fact that the factory bolts that we got were just a little too small on the side that is further up on the trunk lid spoiler. So I went ahead and got some longer ones from Ace Hardware. And I also have some silicone here to fill in with that hole and some Loctite. So that way it'll hold in place and seal that hole, but I'll go ahead and show you where I'm talking about. So this bolt here going through with no washer, I went ahead and just got one that was slightly longer, put a washer on it, some silicone, and so I'm gonna work on the other side and I'll show you once it's done. All right, and now with the new bolt in place with the washer, it's held down and it's not going anywhere. And then this one that's already back here, this one was completely fine. It was just this front one up here. Because like I said, this like barely has any thread. And because of the pitch of it and using that little piece in there, that little double-sided tape piece that they use to seal the hole, it pushes this up too much. So a slightly longer bolt helps. And taking this out, putting a washer, and filling it with silicone is the move to go with. And there we go, secure it on both sides. So now we can take it outside and I can show you guys what it looks like in all of its beauty.
chill.